My friends, what's going on? I just finished up a implied volatility video for my Discord, and so while that is uploading, thought I would jump in here and make you guys a little AMC update video. Before we jump into the video, you guys know the deal. Nothing I'm giving you is financial advice. Everything I do is for educational purposes only. That way I can teach you how to fish. You can start looking for things that yourself so you can make the best decision that you possibly can for yourself, your family, and your portfolio. If you haven't already, please follow me on Twitter, Colin_Gladman. That's going to be the easiest way to see what I'm thinking throughout the day. And also, too, if I see any important news or anything like that that gets released, I'll retweet it, talk about it, give my opinions on that. Having said that, let's jump into the video. So, big day tomorrow with the FOMC meetings. It's going to be coming out, or they're going to be again speaking 2:30 Eastern. So for my time, that's going to be 1:30 where I'm at. I am Central Time. I recently put a poll up on my Twitter page. Views on do you think it's going to be bearish or bullish? So far, there's almost 1,200 votes at the time that I'm making this video, and 52% is saying bearish. So, pretty split and even. And honestly, to an extent, that's pretty much how I feel about it. Obviously, everything's going to come down to, what do interest rate hikes look like and everything along those lines. We've got Google and Microsoft earnings today, a little weird, both missed, but guidance was decent. So both those stocks went up in after hours. So I think at least leading up to Powell talking tomorrow at once again 2:30 Eastern time, 1:30 my time, I do think we might see a little bit of overall market pump and recovery leading up to it, and then all bets are going to be off if they come out and they I agree with most people that I think that probably about a 75 point rate hike is going to be baked in already. Anything over that, and I think we'll probably see a decent amount of red. Or if Powell comes out and he's pretty hawkish talking about inflation or anything along those lines, or potential rate hikes in the future, I think that could not bode well also. Okay, but let's jump into the chart. Let's take a look at what's going on right now for AMC. So obviously taking a tumble with the overall market here on Monday and Tuesday. Just a massive sell-off, and I know nobody's selling this thing, bro. I got it. But it is what it is. Still a massive sell-off. I talked about in my video on Sunday about how, we were kind of making these horizontal channels and then dumping. Horizontal channel and then dumping. Today, we pretty much got a same thing. I talked about how these are 50-50 channels, and typically it's going to be a continuation pattern. So here we've got another one right here. So, bearish would be, big drop in the morning, and then we do another one of these, and then I'm really hopeful our worst case scenario is this, macro uptrend that I've been talking about, for quite a while in my video. So that would be kind of the more bearish case. Now, from a bullish standpoint, one thing that is good today is if we draw a more macro fib here, is that right here, I said multiple times on Twitter that I was really hoping that this 1468 would hold, which is going to be our channel that was back here before we had the big breakdown. Then once we got above it, we came down here and used it in the bull flag that we had the nice break up. I also demonstrated it as a cup and handle bull flag, however you want to look at it. Then we got the nice push up from here. So as of right now, a 0.5 retracement is a very normal retracement to have. Like I said, I was hoping the 1468 was going to be as low as we would go, but I said in Sunday's video, anywhere between 14 up to 1450 is where I thought we would, or excuse me, the 1468 is where I thought we would catch a bounce. As of right now, we're catching that bounce. Now, if that breaks, well, then we have our more macro 618, and you can see that would pretty much be coming down here. So if we had the big breakdown sideways and another big breakdown, we could catch the uptrend plus the golden pocket, and then we could start seeing the reversal from there at that point in time. Also, very strong possibility at this point in time. So I think if the overall market is going to improve and it's going to pump a little bit, then I think AMC is going to go right along with it. So the 0.5 might be all we need. If not, coming down here, touching, I personally would be a buyer myself, right here at this, macro trend, depending on how its reaction is at that point in time. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at right now. As far as EMAs go, see if there's anything in particular really to look at on the daily. So, on the daily, obviously this doesn't look good. Now, what does look good, which is also what I tweeted out, is if we do see a big sell-off or anything along those lines, we want to see it on very little volume. And so yesterday was 20 million shares traded. Today was 21. So just tiny volume. So the good news is any big, knocks in tiny volume are going to be somewhat easily reversible. So I've said multiple times in my videos, once we start getting, back above this 1468, then I can be returning back into bullish territory. What I would personally like to see is I would like to see our bottom out kind of tomorrow or Thursday, and then start making that J shape that we talk about, back up. That would be, in a perfect world, that would be what I would like to see. But as of right now, we just kind of got to take it, one day at a time. Tons of earnings this week. The big earnings on Thursday are going to be Apple and Amazon. That is going to decide a lot of the market's future. Okay, so that's going to be, a big watch come Thursday, as well as the, GDP report, despite what the White House says about redefining what a recession is. I mean, just what? Like, how whack is that? But anyway, that's going to be kind of what I'm looking for. Bullish case, let's get back over the 1468. Bearish case is going to be another drop, sideways channel. I mean, just the way they've been walking us down, you can see it. Clear as day. Massive sell-off, horizontal channel, massive sell-off. Like I said, I talked about how these are 50-50 patterns, but they typically will leave the same way they came in, and that's exactly what's going on so far. So they'll keep doing that till they don't, okay? We'll eventually get to a point where, we start curling back up. Obviously, we've got a big earnings report coming up on August the 4th after hours, so I was talking to a couple of guys on Twitter today about how it makes a ton of sense for us to bottom out. Then we kind of get a little bit of a slow pump leading into earnings. So that's going to be what I'm looking for. If this video is helpful to you, please like and subscribe, all that good stuff. But other than that, we'll see how it goes tomorrow. So once again, Powell's going to be on at 1:30 my time, 2:30 Eastern. That's going to determine a lot of what the market is going to be doing. I think it'll pump a little bit up until then based off of how earnings and after hours went today. But we'll just, like I said, we'll see how it goes. We'll take it one day, one level at a time. For those of you that are skeptical about, TA or anything that I do, literally every single second the chart is constantly changing. So sometimes you think it's going to zig and it winds up zagging, and you got to be willing to adapt and change your plan at a moment's notice. Okay, so just because it's like, hey, this looks really good, sometimes things play out perfectly. Like I called this cup and handle and bull flag right here, and it played out perfectly. I said these horizontal channels are typically going to go sideways, but sometimes these horizontal channels, like I said, they're going to do that until they don't, and then all of a sudden we'll get one like, hey, it breaks up, but doesn't change the fact that for the most part, that's been what's playing out so far. So at the end of the day, TA is not a crystal ball, just trying to be more right than I am wrong, because if I'm way more right than I am wrong, I'm going to make a lot of money, and anybody who follows my stuff can make a lot of money too. So hope it's helpful to you. I'll see you out there in the Twitterverse. Follow me on Twitter. I'll make, another video. Things get crazy this week with how crazy it could potentially be. I might make one or two more videos this week. Other than that, I'll make my weekly Outlook video. So one last time, bullish case. Let's try to get over 1468. Let's make a higher low from right here. Definitely want to stay above that $12.14. Really want this macro trend to hold from a bearish standpoint. What was the 618? So bearish if the 0.5 doesn't hold. So pretty much 13 would be the next major level at that point in time. I also think there was going to be a lot of support in the 1350 range. All right. So we'll see how it goes. All right. I'll see you guys in the next video. Appreciate y'all.